Now we're continuing with Papa KISOLOKELE'S trial. So we all know Papa Kimbangu was trialed and fairly trialed. Papa Kimbangu did not have a lawyer present. He had no one to speak for him. And yes, so we finished that in the previous video. Now we're going to Papa KISOLOKELE. So the Belgium authorities or the colonial soldiers felt that they needed to question Papa Kimbangu's son, Papa KISOLOKELE. Papa KISOLOKELE, if we know the history of Kimbanguism or have read through it or know the story, Papa KISOLOKELE was always there. He was mainly with his father when Papa Kimbangu was ministering, when Papa Kimbangu was healing people, conducting all these miracles. Papa KISOLOKELE was there, so he was there as witness. So they decided to trial Papa KISOLOKELE and also bribe him, but we will find out as we go. So I'll be reading down the trial because I want everything to be accurate as it was. Okay, so it starts like this. Papa KISOLOKELE'S trial went as following. Dorossi, okay? So Dorossi was the man doing the trial. Okay, this Papa KISOLOKELE'S trial, this is how it went, okay? Dorossi. Commander Dorossi, okay. KISOLOKELE, come to bar and claim your identity. So there was an interpreter helping Papa KISOLOKELE because Papa KISOLOKELE at that time was not able to speak French yet. So he was speaking in Kikongo. So he did his trial in Kikongo, but there was an interpreter that was interpreting to him. Okay, so it went as follows. Okay, my name is KISOLOKELE Lukelo Charles, Simon Kimbangu's son, and Mama Mwilu Kiawanga Marie. And then he continued saying, I was born on the 14th of February 1914 in Kamba. Then Dorossi, are you Simon Kimbangu's oldest son? And Papa KISOLOKELE answered, yes sir, I am. Dorossi, what can you tell us about the so-called miracles that your father would so-called have done? This is the phrase that he said. This is the exact terms that he said. So he called Papa Kimbangu's miracles as so-called miracles, fake miracles. Then Papa KISOLOKELE answered and said, those miracles had actually happened and I was an eyewitness. Then Dorossi continued, do you think that at your age you know what a miracle is? Then Papa KISOLOKELE responded, sir, I know exactly what it is. Before my very own eyes, I saw my father resuscitate the dead. He made the paralyzed walk. And he also gave sight to the blind. Just by saying, be healed in the name of Jesus Christ. Then Dorossi responded, KISOLOKELE, are you sure that at your age, you know how to distinguish between a dead person and a person who is sleeping? And Papa KISOLOKELE responded, yes sir, I can. Then Commander Dorossi continued, what makes you think that those your father claimed to have resuscitated were no comedians who simply slept, each playing his role of the scenario mounted by him? And Papa KISOLOKELE responded, Mr. President, I repeat that I know how to distinguish a dead person from a sleeping one. My father had indeed resuscitated the dead and healed the sick. So after hearing these responses from a 7-year-old, Commander Dorossi now started thinking up tactics to try and bribe Papa KISOLOKELE, because he saw that there was no way that he saw every answer that Papa KISOLOKELE gave, and he was like, I need to think of something. What is next? I need to think of tactics. And this is what Dorossi started saying. He was like, KISOLOKELE, I will set you free. your mother and your brothers, if you tell the truth to the court that your father lied by spreading false sounds of miracles. So Dorothy wanted Papa Kisolokele to lie to the court so that he can set his family free. And this is what Papa Kisolokele answered. If I did, God will punish me. I therefore testify that the miracles worked by my father are true. So Papa Kisolokele stood firm and he said, no, I am not going to lie so that my family can be freed, but I will rather stand firm and believe and speak the truth. So at this point, Dorothy was upset. He was embarrassed at the same time and also astonished. He did not expect this answer from a 7-year-old child. Commander Dorothy was filled with anger, and with that anger, he directly looked into the direction where Papa Kimbangu stood. He punched the table, and the inkwell fell on top of all the notes, damaging the record of the interrogation. So he was really upset, very, very much upset. And after being upset, Dorothy then commanded a soldier that was standing there to slap Papa Kisolokele. And the native soldier saw this, heard this, and this was his response to Dorothy. So then he ordered a black police sergeant standing near Kisolokele to slap the scumbag child. This is the words Dorothy used. He was like, they used to slap Papa Kisolokele and called him names. And the sergeant was so surprised at this request, and he said to Commander Dorothy, he was like, sir, I cannot do this. I cannot slap a 7-year-old child. Do what I order you to do. Otherwise, I will destitute you immediately. So otherwise, I will remove you from your position. You will no longer have a job, right? That's what he meant. And then the commander responded, you can do as you please, sir. I cannot slap the child. Then Commander Dorothy postponed the hearing for the second time and had the sergeant arrested. So he even had the sergeant arrested for refusing to obey his command. So that was the second incident that happened. And this is what happened. While Papa Kisolokele was being trialed, Mama Zola Mandombe was there, and also Mama Mwelu Marie was present. So they were watching all of this happen. It was pretty sad, pretty sad. So it continues. From Friday, September 30th, 1921, the War Council began hearings for the Simon Kimbangu collaborators. So Papa Simo Kimbangu's collaborators also were being judged. Okay. The first sessions in the morning and afternoon were devoted exclusively to Simon Kimbangu. The trial continued. They continued trialing him. First sessions, second sessions, and then they continued trialing Papa Simo Kimbangu's apostles. So this is exactly what happened. They trialed Papa Simo Kimbangu's apostles, and then they also trialed Papa Simo Kimbangu's followers, and this is how they sent Papa Simo Kimbangu, scattered Papa Simo Kimbangu's followers, the Kimbanguists, all over Congo, sent them to relegation. And also, I forgot to mention, Papa Kisolokele was the first person to be sent to relegation. So they took the 7-year-old boy, took him away from his mother, took him away from his father, away from his family, and they sent him far away, thinking that they were going to erase everything that happened. But God had something else planned, and we are definitely going to find out what this thing was in the next or in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed filming it for you, and definitely we will keep it coming, and we will keep it going. Bye.